no, but Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Katie Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Katie Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to live coverage of the Major League Baseball 2025 playoffs, where today, in a best-of-5 division round series between the Seattle Mariners and the Detroit Tigers, we are playing Game 4. Game 4 in a best-of-5 at Comerica Park in Detroit. The Mariners lead this series 2-1. And, so Game 4 today. If Seattle wins, they advance to the American League Championship Series to face either the Blue Jays or the Yankees. Detroit needs to win today in order to even up the series and force a Game 5 back in Seattle on Friday night or Friday late afternoon. That's the deal. So we've got baseball today. I hope we're starting on time. One thing I have not done is check the weather for this game. It's showing partly cloudy skies, so I think we're okay for baseball. All right, so Game 4 today. It's going to get started in about 9 minutes. Again, last night, after a long rain delay, the Mariners won the game 8-4. They were up big. The Tigers scored 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth to make it a little bit interesting. But, Seattle taking the big third game in a best-of-5. Up 2-1 now, looking to clinch today. If they do, they'll have a couple of days to get ready for whoever wins the Yankees-Blue Jays matchup, which, by the way, last night was crazy. I'm very happy that I did not stick around to continue calling that game. I would have felt some level of responsibility for how that game turned out. I'm rooting for the Blue Jays in that one, obviously. They still have they're still in prime position to take that series. But obviously the Yankees have some momentum after a major come-from-behind victory last night. After being down 6-1 early, they came back and won 9-6, I believe. So 8 unanswered runs for the Yankees. Screw them. So today, Game 4 on the mound for the Mariners. They did not announce a pitcher as of yesterday, end of game, but I did guess who they might go with, and I guessed correctly. Bryce Miller, right-handed starter for Seattle, will get the baseball in his first postseason appearance. Casey Mize will go for the Tigers. He pitched 3 innings in the wild card round against the Guardians. Gave up 1 run in those 3 innings. That's good for a 3 ERA. A hit and a couple of walks, including in a home run ball, the only hit. Casey Mize on the regular season went 14-6 with a 3.87 ERA. Struck out 139 batters in about 149 innings. A 1.27 ERA. For Bryce Miller, his record 4-6, ERA not too good, 5.68 with a 1.41 WHIP. He made 18 starts in the regular season, pitched 90 in the 3rd innings, giving up 93 hits, 34 walks, struck out 74. He gives up a lot of base runners. Bit of a regression year for Bryce Miller. Had a much better 2024. But he's still a good pitcher when he's on. Let's see what they have. They got the Tigers favored to win this. Again, if it goes back to Seattle, we'll probably see Logan Gilbert face off against Tarek Skubal in Game 5, if I had to guess. That would be lit. All right, so today all 4 games are going on today, and we're the first. Why wouldn't we be? Cubs and Brewers, we're starting in a couple of hours. Blue Jays and Yankees, a couple hours after that. Phillies and Dodgers, a couple hours after that. So every game is going to overlap with the next game as they squeeze all 4 of these games in here today. In the National League, both series have a chance of being sweeps and being finished today. All 4 series could end today. The Brewers, if they win, they get through. The Cubs would be eliminated. If the Dodgers win, they would move on to the NLCS. The Phillies would be eliminated. If Toronto wins, the Yankees are out. And if Seattle wins, Detroit is out. Otherwise, all these series are going to go a little bit longer, I guess. All right, so how you doing, everybody? Starting lineups, sound good? Great. For the visiting Mariners, Randy Arozarena will lead off and play left field. Cal Raleigh, the catcher, will bat second. Julio Rodriguez in center field hits third. Jorge Polanco, the cleanup hitter, at second base. Josh Naylor, who is hitless in this series, is the number 5 hitter at first base. Eugenio Suarez had a home run yesterday. He's at third base hitting 6th. Dominic Canzone will DH and bat 7th. Victor Robles in right field hitting 8th. And J.P. Crawford, who had a huge day yesterday, batting 9th for Seattle. For Detroit, Kerry Carpenter will lead off and play right field. Gleyber Torres at second base will bat second. Colt Keith will DH and hit third. Riley Green, the cleanup hitter, in left field. Spencer Torkelson in first base. He'll bat 5th. Zach McKinstry at third base, hitting 6th. Dylan Dingler will bat 7th and do the catching, hitting 8th. Parker Meadows in center field, and Javi Baez will play shortstop and bat 9th. All right, home plate umpire today is Chris Guccione. You might know that name. Can't remember how much I don't like him. I don't think there's any umpires I like. It's just levels of how much I don't like. And I can't remember where Guccione is on that meter. But, hey, folks, we got a couple of minutes before first pitch. If you don't mind, I'm going to heat up some hot water and make some instant coffee over here. I'm going to need some caffeine. Surely you can understand, right? Great. So hang out and don't goo anywhere. Hit the like button, please. Get that out of the way. And yeah, I'll be right back. as soon as I can figure out where this button is. All right, be right back.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake Bay when Monday the monster...
All right. Stand by. All right, Casey Mize is taking his warm-up pitches on the mound right now. The Tigers' defense on the field. First pitch is just a few moments away. Looks like we got a super chat. How about that? Bright and early. That'll cheer up old BW. Danjo, how you doing, buddy? 2 a.m. in Thailand. Don't know how you do it. Always here, just lurking. You're free to lurk. Danjo, you're free to lurk. But do me one favor. You already done me a huge favor. You sent a very generous super chat. Folks, if you're watching along, hit the like button on the super chat if you don't mind. Let Danjo know what he did was a very kind thing. Folks, we're ready for first pitch. And Randy Arozarena at the plate looks at strike one from Casey Mize. Here we go, game 4. Seattle up 2-1. Arozarena leading off. Next pitch, line drive on a short hop to third. McKinstry across the diamond in time. Arozarena retired, 1 away. Danjo, thank you so much for that super chat once again. I got to tell you, folks, sending super chats at the start of a stream, great way to get BW in a good mood right out of the gate. Cal Raleigh will bat next. Big swing and a miss. Raleigh hit his first postseason home run in 2025 yesterday. 4 home runs for the Mariners altogether. As he takes high, the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's see if this scoreboard looks like I'm a 1 pitch behind again. For how long, I don't know, but as you can see, it's going to be 1-2 here, and there is a pop-up foul. Going to get strike 2. I am one complete pitch behind. If you are watching along with me and I am behind you, you do have a way to make things more enjoyable. Just pause your game and allow me to catch up. Pick a moment where there's a break in the action, right after a strikeout, right after an out at first base, right after somebody catches a fly ball, something like that. Just pause it right when that event occurs. Allow me to catch up, make that call, unpause, and you're all synced up. But for now, it looks like I'm a little bit behind. The 2-2 to Raleigh is swung on and fouled away. We'll do it again. We'll keep an eye on it. It looks like it's going to be 3-2 on the next pitch. I really don't like to get spoiled. But here we are. 2-2 is just a bit outside full count to Raleigh with one away, leading off one away in the top of the first. Just getting started. That's the expression. We're just getting started. Hit in the air, down the right field line, long run toward the stands, and that ball does drop on the field, but out of reach of both the right fielder and the first baseman who went after it. Oh, caffeine. Caffeine. Hey, David is here. David, I just thought of an idea that I probably should have contacted you about, but yeah, my phone, I don't know if anybody saw my community post. Another payoff pitch to Raleigh, swung on and missed. He swung over that pitch. He strikes out, 2 down. Looked like a splitter there from Casey Mize. Two down for Julio Rodriguez. Fouls the first pitch back. Yeah, so my phone, folks, the only alarm clock that I have is on my phone, and my phone is having problems. More than one problem. 0-1 pitch is a little bit inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the major problem with my phone is that I have the audacity to try to continue to use the same phone for more than 2 years. I know, I'm crazy, right? I have this wild idea in my head that modern technology should be able to make a phone that could last more than a year or two. But this phone, like every other phone, I'm convinced is built to break down over time to force you to buy another phone. And right now, by the way, the count 1-2 on Julio Rodriguez. Couple of things going on. My battery is being weird. Like I go to plug it in and I have to go double check it to make sure it's connected and charging. Sometimes I've left it in for hours. I go to get it, and it hasn't charged at all. Julio fouls a pitch at the plate. It's still a ball and 2 strikes. This is really exciting conversational topic, right? But now the new thing is my phone within arm's reach. Where is it? No. You know how on the side of your phone you got that little thin button to press to, turn your phone like screen on and off? To open your phone or close it. Well, that button is now, like it doesn't click like it should. It's now kind of jammed and like you have to like pinch it and like tap it just right in order to make it open. Here's a fly ball to left center field. Riley Green coming in and will make the catch. And that'll end the inning. The Mariners are retired in order. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. So long story short, my phone is just you know, it's on its last legs. A normal person would have moved on to a new phone probably a year ago now. I'm trying to just get through these. I got a couple of things I'm trying to get through before I buy something like a new phone. I need like a week. But anyway, that's the deal. My phone. But is David here? Yeah, David's here. You got a Wiko phone. It's just a cheap Samsung cheap model phone. What is it? Galaxy something or other. Yeah, the view count was big, David. The average watch time, though, lots of those views were just people clicking, looking at it for a couple of seconds, and clicking off. It does make for a nice view count, but in terms of total watch time, 7,000 plus people yesterday, averaging about 3 minutes per view. It's not as good as an Orioles game where I'm only getting 2,000 people or so, but they're averaging 10 minutes a view. But anyway, I don't. I'm at the point now where I think I need to go back to 2024 me, which is just put my head down, call games, and let the chips fall where they may with the channel growth and everything else. It's getting to the point now where it's unhealthy for me to just look and go, oh, why aren't my numbers doing this? Why is that other channel that we were on the same pace last year and they're kicking ass? Seemingly every other channel that's sort of in my network is kicking a lot of ass and I'm not. Why? I can't beat myself up over it anymore. But yeah, David, I was going to mention you because talking about my alarm clock and my stupid phone, you know how you contacted me that one time to get me up because I overslept? I might need you to help out with that again, at least until I get a new phone. Or maybe just for the next couple of games coming up until I get that figured out. Would that be possible? Best case scenario, no game 5. Seattle wins today, and I don't have to worry about anything until like Saturday or so. But then just a couple days after that, I'm going out of the country, and it would be nice to. Game screen is wonky. Says the Tigers are up. Okay, just give it a minute. Thanks for the update. All right, we're ready for the bottom of the first inning. Kerry Carpenter is going to lead it off. First pitch from Bryce Miller is a sinker at 97, low for ball 1. Great success. I just heard the announcer say great success. I can't hear somebody say great success without immediately thinking of Borat. I don't know if you guys have that same problem or not, but I do. Great success. 1-1 the count on Kerry Carpenter, leading off the bottom of the first. Pitch from Miller, up and in on the hands. He fouls it away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm working on that scoreboard. I'm a-working. Yes, indeed, I'm a-working. Can't you see I'm a-working? That one bounces in there to Carpenter. The count 2-2. Cal Raleigh. Was he coming out to the mound? I guess not. I thought he was making his way out there. I'm like, that's pretty early. 2-2 to the first batter. This one's hit hard, foul off to the right. Still 2-2 on Carpenter. Carpenter did not have a good game yesterday. Hitless at the plate and also an error in the field 2-2 pitch is hit in the air on the infield. Third baseman near the second base bag. Suarez makes the catch. 1 away in the bottom of the first. Let's see who's here in the Charm City chat. Thanks again, Dan Joe, for the super chat. George is here. Asia, Bobo, Null, David, Chomas, Froggy, Sean Finns. Here's the pitch to Gleyber Torres. First pitch to him is fouled away. George, did I get you? Bobo, everybody? That everybody? Small crowd, folks. Intimate crowd here. Hopefully it'll build a little bit. So yeah, over 7,000 views yesterday. Let's see what today has in store. I can't figure YouTube out to save my life. You think I had a lot of views yesterday? There's another channel. You guys know him. I'm relatively certain same situation as me. Lots of views. Probably not a whole lot of watch time on those views, but 58,000 views. Unless I was having blurred vision. That's what I saw on another channel calling this same game. 58,000 views. So 7,000 doesn't seem all that impressive when you find that. I had the exact problem that you had with your phone with the power off button that was jammed into the phone. Here's a swing and a miss. Gleyber Torres strikes out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah, so there's Bryce Miller's difference between 2024 and 2025. Sub-3 ERA and the sub-1 whip 2 seasons ago. Or last year, I guess I'll say. This season that just ended, ERA over 5.5. Colt Keith looks at strike one. Keith is 1 for 6 in this series. Here's a little tapper back to Miller along the first base line, and he will get it to the bag with a little flip to end the inning. A look at downtown Detroit. We are scoreless, folks. First inning, no score in Comerica Park. My little button is jammed, like you're talking about. Had to use a little control thing on my screen so I could turn off my phone. I don't have any other way. Excuse me. When the phone is off, the only way to get it on, unless you call my phone, or if an alarm is set and it goes off, some sort of notification will open up the display on my phone. Whoa, this isn't plugged in? Oh my, hold on. That was nearly a disaster. Forgot to plug in my other computer over here. So whatever. It's a boring topic, right? The phone. But yeah, the only way I can open up the thing at all is with that button. And every time I go to try to get that button to connect and turn it on or off, every time now it's getting more and more difficult, where it's it's taking minutes to do it. To just open up the damn thing. Samsung phones don't die after 2 years. I've had one for 5 years and it's still going strong. No, I don't think you can speak on behalf of every single Samsung phone ever produced ever, and I'm not trying to either. But I'm happy for you that it's worked for you for 5 years without problems. All phones are made by child slaves who don't eat if they make a bad product, so they are very reliable. No, maybe you should stop talking about this particular topic. I don't know. There's something that's bothering me about your two comments. I guess I'm just a sensitive asshole. But, yeah. Let's move on to a different topic. Anyway. Pour some water on the phone. That's a good idea, David. I'll take you up on that. So I guess that idea of asking for a emergency call to like my Facebook account is asking too much there, David. I know I can't depend on you every time. You got a schedule. You're not watching every game. But I'm just trying to figure out a safety net here until I get this thing straight. Anywho. If Tigers lose today, I'm denouncing them like I did with the Orioles when they lost the playoffs. Well, their season will be over if they lose, so I think they will have been denounced by baseball for 2025. Jorge Polanco looks at strike one. We're in the top of the second inning. Casey Mize comes back with a slider. It's in there. It's 0-2. Thanks, David. Yeah, again, like you're under no obligation, but just keep an eye out for your messenger, because if I might email you and go, hey, buddy, I'm going to bed right now, and I don't know if I'm going to hear my alarm. Could you maybe give me a courtesy ring? That is a swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Mize. Polanco goes down on strikes. Are we already 2 pitches into the next batter? My goodness. Josh Naylor looks at strike one. Naylor still looking for his first hit in this series, 0 for 13. That one's low, 1 ball and 1 strike. That ball's hit hard into the right field corner. That is a fair ball. Naylor is rounding first and will make it into second base standing. His first hit of the series. Finally, here in Game 4, a double down the right field line. Runner at second with 1 out for the Mariners. First rally of the day here. Eugenio Suarez is due up next for the Mariners. Hit a home run yesterday. He had a quiet series until that hit. I think that's his only hit of the series. Suarez looks at a called strike. Good splitter from Mize on the outside corner. Yeah, Eugenio with 1 hit. That was a home run yesterday, a solo shot to left field. So Seattle ahead in this series 2 games to 1, despite the middle of their order here. The big bats of Naylor and Suarez combining for 1 hit until Naylor just got that double. If they start hitting today, that is going to spell doom for Detroit, you have to think. I've made it known I am on the Mariner train. Do I think the Mariners are the clear-cut best team of the bunch? No, but I also don't think that there is a clear-cut best team of the bunch in this year's playoffs. I think anybody can win it, honestly. About the only team that I thought didn't have a chance when this postseason started was the Reds. That's about it. 2-2 on Suarez. Naylor at second base, 1 out. The pitch, swing and a miss on the splitter. Suarez goes down.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
2 down. It'll be up to Dominic Canzone to drive in Naylor. Canzone, the DH. That ball's hitting the right field. That's down for a base hit. Naylor is rounding third. Naylor is coming home. The throw is late and offline. Seattle, in the second inning, take the early lead on the day where they have a chance to punch their ticket for the championship series. It's 1-0 Seattle. Line drive into right field by Dominic Canzone. Now that's a good Canzone. He's had a pretty quiet series until that hit. Here's Victor Robles. First pitch fouled straight back. 1-0 Mariners. Here's a pitch fouled away. It's 0-2 on Robles. 1 for 8 in the series. Okay, that's probably about enough I want to hear about sports betting for the day. That pitch is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Victor Robles. That one's off the plate. Count is even at 2-2. Mariners have scored first in all 4 of the games in this series. Two, up and in, and that got Robles. I think. Maybe not. I guess not. The count is full on Robles. That pitch up and in, it just about hit him, but clearly it did not. Full count with 2 down, so the runner at first will be off on the delivery. Here comes the pitch, way low and away for ball 4. A 2-out walk to Robles pushes the lead runner into scoring position. 2 on, 2 out.
I'm walking here.
Cubs win. Okay. All clear, Wolf. Appreciate it. J.P. Crawford had a huge day at the plate yesterday. Out of the number 9 spot, made it on all 4 times he came up to hit, including a home run off a left-handed reliever. First pitch is inside to Crawford. 333 with his average in this series. The 1-0 is a strike. What is that noise? Is that wind? The 1-1 pitch. Check swing. They appeal, and he went around. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. Looks like this inning is going to end because I just looked back at my display and there's a big black box on the screen. Crowd making a lot of noise with 2 strikes and 2 out. Casey Mize's 39th pitch is swung on and missed. Crawford goes down swinging.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
And the inning is over. What happened to the top scoreboard? Now that I thought I fixed. Let's see if that updates. There we go. All right. So the inning ends with the Mariners getting the first run of the ball game on a RBI single by Dominic Canzone. Josh Naylor coming in to score. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Mariners 1, Tigers nothing. All right, folks. I'm going to pop open the back screen door to get a little fresh air in here. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Thank you.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake Bay when Monday the Monster...
Baltimore, you are seeing history being made today.
Folks. Just a few more days until this trip to Laos. God, I just want this to be over. Please. Everything go off without a hitch. Please let the weather be kind. Please don't let me get lost going somewhere. Please don't deny me re-entry to Thailand for some unknown reason. Oh my God, I'm so stressed. All right, that food looked gross, and that was in a commercial. Wow, Dairy Queen. Stick to ice cream. All right. How you doing, folks? The ball boy goes to retrieve a baseball in the middle of the field as we wait for the first pitch of the bottom of the second. Riley Green up to hit, and apparently he's already seen 2 pitches. I tell you what. He who? I'm here. I am in the room. Riley Green, 6 for 23 in the postseason. 1 RBI. The count is 0-1. Pitch is low. What is that rumbling? Is that wind? I can't tell. One pitch is fouled off to the right. The shift is on. If Green wants to lay a bunt down the third baseline, he could get himself a free hit. Wide open on the left side of the infield. This pitch is popped up. Catcher Raleigh with a look. It bounces on top of the dugout roof. 1-2 on Riley Green. George's stomach is somehow coming through my speakers. You hungry, George? You still thinking about that Diablo sandwich? 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now, everybody, be honest. Since yesterday, has anybody had a Diablo sandwich? Well, if you didn't have a Dr. Pepper with it, there's your problem. That's what the Dr. Pepper is for. 2-2 pitch. Hit it toward first. Naylor will underhand flip it to Miller covering the bag for out number 1.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
Man, Vlad Guerrero in that Toronto series, 8 for 13 with 3 homers and 8 RBI in 3 games. Good grief. Here is Spencer Torkelson. He looks at a strike. A 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Miller. Torque, 4 for 22 in the postseason. This pitch is fouled back. The 0-2 is hit in the air to right. That ball's backing up and caught on the edge of the track by Victor Robles. Torkelson gave it a ride, but it dies on the edge of the track in the opposite field. Here's Zach McKinstry. I'm not chill. I'm chill when I'm not in the middle of some stupid argument. I'm pretty chill. Here's a line drive in the center field base. I'm going to prove to you how chill I am. It's a base hit right there for Zach McKinstry. It's a 2-out single. BW chillin'. How's everybody doing today? Can you dig that? I knew that you could. Dylan Dingler is at the plate. 2 down, runner at first. All right. I admit, I'm a bit bipolar, I guess. Is that the word? If I'm not chill, then I'm going crazy. One of the two. It's a 1-0 count on Dingler. Check on the base runner. Back in there is McKinstry. What about JJ, Chomas? JJ needs some kind of a defining characteristic. This pitch is hit in the air to center field. Backing up is Julio Rodriguez, but it's a big old outfield here at Comerica Park. Julio with room in front of the track and center to make the catch. That's about a 380-foot out to end the inning. We go to the third. The Mariners lead it 1-0. I got so many problems, I don't even know what the names of half of them are. What are you going to do? I could spend the rest of my life trying to define all of my quirks and idiosyncrasies and shortcomings and faults. But, I'm nearing 50 years old. I spent too many years boo-hooing about all of my shortcomings. At this point, I just got to embrace it. This is who I am. I'm not perfect. I know my intentions are good. I know that I try to be good. I know I'm not always going to get it right. And I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to be okay with it. I say that knowing good and darn well I beat myself up about so many things all the time, but I used to do it at a rate where it just would shut me down. I've gotten better at it. I think that's true for everybody who's got a vice or some kind of thing. Like, there's things that you can't just magically make disappear, no matter how hard you try or work at it. You got to just learn to cope and work around it. You know? I'm not ambitious. See, I feel like Fitzy's the normal. Okay, I'm definitely not normal. But I'm wacky. I'm chill. I'm ambitious. Not to mention, of all these names, clearly I'm the most handsome. Right? I mean, that's not even a debate, right? Like, not even close. Chupacabra gang warfare popping in. It'll just be one appointment. Yeah, my parents had me going to see a shrink by the time I was 12. Here's a line drive to third on the first pitch of the inning, and McKinstry makes the catch. Randy Arozarena makes a one pitch out on a line drive to third. One out in the top of the third inning. Cal Raleigh coming up. First pitch to him is high for ball one. Next pitch is even higher. The count is 2-0 on Cal Raleigh. Two-0. That's ball three. Cal Raleigh's eye black he's wearing today. Pretty gangster. 3-0, taking all the way for strike one. Yeah, folks, the big dumper, I got to be honest with you. Now that I've been watching Raleigh here for a few days in a row, I mean, he's thick. Do I immediately look at him and go, man, look at the fat ass on that guy? No, not really. All right, it is a pretty big fat ass, isn't it? Hey, that's ball four. Raleigh with a walk.
I'm walking here.
I just love the whole nickname thing with how he embraces it and the fans love it. I mean, his nickname is, hey, you've got a big fat ass. We're going to call you the big dumper. And he's cool with it. He's like, yep. It's what the good Lord gave me. Julio Rodriguez, strike one to him. One out, runner at first base for the Mariners. There's a lefty up in the Tiger bullpen. I think that's Brian Holton. That's a called strike two. 0-2 on J-Rod. You didn't know his name was the Big Dumper? Ah, I thought it was one of the more popular nicknames in baseball. It's 0-2 on Julio Rodriguez. 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a sinker. That's the 5th strikeout for Casey Mize. 2 down in the 3rd. Jorge Polanco, he struck out his first time. He's up next. Swing and a foul by Polanco. So no matter what happens today, no baseball tomorrow with this series. If there is a Game 5, it'll be Friday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Seattle. 4 o'clock Eastern time. 1 o'clock local time and the Pacific time zone. 0-2 on Polanco. Mize is on 50 pitches right now. Short lead at first from Raleigh. This ball's hit in the air and behind the plate for strike 2. Or was it 0-2 already? It was already 0-2. So, we'll do it again. Breaking ball fouled away. Pitch count's a little bit high, Froggy, but it's not out of control. That's, close pitch on the outside edge. Called ball 1. 1-2 the count on Polanco. Called strike 3 on a splitter up and in the zone. Tough pitch there from Mize. He's got the strikeout pitch working. 6 strikeouts in the first 3 innings. However, the Tigers are trailing, and they go to the bottom of the 3rd down 1-0. Seattle ahead. I wonder who else is live streaming the game on YouTube. Let's find out. Huh? Let's find out what my direct competition is for an audience. I think I'll refrain. I'm going to check on the Orioles Twitter account and see if there's been any news today for Baltimore. What is this article about? A mailbag for Rock Kabatko. Let's see. Questions. Who are your ideal pitchers that could realistically join our rotation next season? I just realized Zach Littell is also a free agent, and he was rock solid with the Rays for the last 3 seasons with a 3 ERA in each season. Could he be a solid choice? Rock says, Littell would be solid. He'd be fine, but let him be, quote, the other guy acquired over the winter. The list of free agents also include Dylan Cease, Zach Gallen, and Framber Valdez, the first 2 coming off down years and the other developing a reputation for being a pain in the butt. USA Today reported that one team crossed him off its list of free agents after he was accused of intentionally crossing up his catcher and drilling him in the chest. If anybody saw that, that was garbage. I don't want anything to do with Framber Valdez. Michael King, Shane Bieber, and Ranger Suarez also will hit the market, and Brandon Woodruff is a number 1 if he's healthy. A big old if. A trade still seems like the best way to bring in a 1 or 2 starter after the Orioles deepened the farm system via the end of draft and deadline moves. I actually disagree that a trade is the best way to get a... I don't mind if we bring in Ranger Suarez. I think that's a solid ad. Dylan Cease, Zach Gallen. I think Gallen has been showing some downward trends the past couple of seasons. He's still like good for a middle of the rotation guy, but he's gone from being like a 1 or 2 to like a low 2 to a 3 in the rotation. And I feel like he's still going to want a contract that would make you think he's better than that. Dylan Cease, you know, I feel like he's got a Cy Young Award season in him, but he can be a little bit. This is a pop-up by Parker Meadows. Excuse me. First pitch here in the bottom of the third. Parker Meadows pops it up to the shortstop on the infield for the first out of the inning. Bryce Miller is cruising right now. He's given up just 1 hit, no walks in 2 1/3 innings. Javier Baez with his first plate appearance takes inside for ball 1. I'm so happy you brought up the name Blake Snell, George, because that was the comparison I was going to make with Dylan Cease. Both those guys, when they're on, are virtually unhittable and put up huge strikeout numbers. But they also give up a lot of base runners, more than you would want an ace to give up. And if you look at Snell's career numbers, season to season, some seasons are very, very good. Obviously, Cy Young, Cy Young candidate type seasons, and then other seasons, not good at all. Not good at all. So yeah, I like Ranger Suarez, honestly, out of all those names that were mentioned. And Zach Littell, I have to admit, I was not aware that he's gone 3 straight seasons with a 3 ERA. Those Rays players tend to fly under the radar, don't they? The count is 0-1 on Kerry Carpenter. There's 2 out, nobody on for the Tigers. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, Carpenter's 0 for 1. This ball is grounded foul, 0-2 the count. Miller's pitch count right now is extremely healthy. He's potentially 1 pitch away from 3 innings complete, and he's only on 31 pitches. He'll have to pitch at least 1 more as this one gets fouled away by Carpenter. I just want some news coming out. Like, there's a lot the Orioles have to do between now and spring training. A lot. And other teams, if it was a case of nobody else around the league were firing their coaching staff or already replacing their manager or stuff is happening. And we got a lot we got to do. So let's get the ball rolling here. 1-2 pitch to Carpenter, swing and a miss, a splitter, a filthy one from Miller, dropping low and away, unhittable. See you later.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
At the end of 3, Mariners lead it 1-0. Wow, Heston Kjerstad's name coming up in a mailbag question. I remember him. How likely is it that Heston Kjerstad is on the opening day roster? I wish the best for his health, but he absolutely can't be part of our future plans. I mean, absolutely can't be. What if he comes into spring training and hits 500 over like 50 at bats? You're not going to be just curious to give him a shot at a spot on the roster? I mean, if you feel that way, then according to you, we should move on from him as quickly as possible. Trade him away, get something back. This guy doesn't want anything to do with Kjerstad. Not that I necessarily disagree with him. I feel bad for Kjerstad. I feel like when he took that pitch in the ear from Clay Holmes a year and a half back, it took a while for him to come back, and when he did, he never looked the same. Not that he had it all figured out before that, but he looked like he was at least maturing into something. And then, after that concussion or whatever, it's been rough for Kjerstad. Rock writes back, he can be as long as he's in the organization. He turns 27 in February. He's got time, but the Orioles can't make the same assumptions about him as they did last spring when he was given a long runway and his Grapefruit League numbers didn't seem to matter. They aren't sharing much information about his health. I asked Mike Elias about Kjerstad at the season-ending press conference, and he said, Heston has been working with our doctors and other doctors on a medical condition. On a medical condition? That's what you're calling... I can't stand it. He's responded favorably to some treatment and some different treatments that they've done recently, and he's in a good spot right now and pointed in the right direction. We're going to see him in spring training, and I'm really looking forward to that because we missed the real Heston Kjerstad this year. Perhaps Kjerstad will be comfortable enough to reveal more in Sarasota. So, yeah, I mean, like I say, he's in the organization. He's going to be in spring training, and if he goes nuts, you're not going to just ignore that. But what I'm wanting to know is, Heston has been working with our doctors on a medical condition. What? Can you give us even a slight hint? A medical condition. Does he have psoriasis? Eczema? An ingrown toenail? What is it? Here's a ball hit over the mound, up the middle, and somehow all the way through to center field. A base hit for Josh Naylor off the new pitcher, Tyler Holton. So Casey Mize is done after 3 innings. They bring in the lefty to face the lefty Naylor. How did that ball get through? Javier Baez was right there, and he just whiffed. That ball wasn't even hit hard. Let's see how they score that. It was hit softly. I don't know if Baez would have had time to nail the runner at first, but, that's an error in terms of handling the baseball. Wait for a official score on that. Here is Suarez now. One on with nobody out. And Naylor, they give him a single. Naylor, after going 0 for 13 to begin the series, is now 2 for his last 2. 2-0 to Suarez is a strike. 1-0 Mariners. They have 3 hits now. The Tigers have just 1. And rain has begun to fall over here where I am. Man, I hope it doesn't rain when I'm traveling. Please. Get it all out of the way now. Next 5 days, rain all you want. That's it. Make it 4 days. Let's not make it close. 3-1 to Suarez. That's a line drive. That is a base hit into left field. Naylor takes a wide turn at second, but he will hold there. 2 on with nobody out for Seattle as Holton is coming to the ball game. and has been unable to retire a batter yet. Naylor and Suarez coming into today with only one hit combined in the series are now 3 for 4 combined today. Here comes the Tiger pitching coach, and I feel like I have to yell now because the rain here is very, very loud. Yeah, folks, because of a medical condition, Heston Kjerstad. Like, honestly, why the secrecy? They're acting like it's the status of a quarterback 3 days before a playoff game, and they're trying to be coy to make the opposing team, be confused about how to approach their playbook for the game. Like, what's the secret? Again, I'm not even asking for a timetable. I'm not asking for you to say how long it'll, you expect him to be out or what kind of regimen he needs to follow to what is it? What's wrong with him? Is it a mental health thing? Are we not allowed to mention a player as having a mental health issue? Is that a thing? I don't know. I just don't like the non-answer. You ever consider they don't actually know? No, I haven't. Because then they would say something to the effect of doctors are trying to figure out what exactly is wrong with Kjerstad, rather than they are treating him for his medical condition, which sounds like they have identified some sort of condition that is medical. So no, I haven't considered that. I have to admit. I'll just have to admit. Mitch Garver is up pinch hitting right now for Dominic Canzone. He's got an 0-2 count. And it's still 0-2 as he fouls one off third base side. Garver is 1 for 4 in this series. He's made one start. That was as a DH against Skubal, the lefty. He usually only sees lefties, and that's what he's pinch hitting for right now. He's got an 0-2 count pitch, low and outside, 1-2. I mean, Kjerstad has now been he's not been playing baseball now for about 5 months. If you want to suggest that a top medical staff or a professional sports team has been unable to figure out what's wrong with somebody after 5 months, then that itself is a story that should be reported. Here is a pop-up down the right field line. It's going to be foul, out of reach of the right fielder Carpenter. The count is 2-2 on Garver. Seattle with a chance to add on to this 1-0 lead. They've got 2 on and nobody out. Yeah, there you go. Maybe it's a face hugger. They're too afraid to remove it. Oh, I know. Maybe has something to do with Candyman. And they can't mention Candyman because if you say his name too many times, then he shows up. That pitch is off the plate outside. That is ball 4 to Garver, and the Tigers have gone to the wrong reliever. Holton has come in and loaded up the bases without retiring anybody. And he is now being taken out of the ball game. Boy. If I were Holton, I would go directly to the clubhouse, take a shower, get dressed, and sit somewhere as unnoticeable as possible. That was not good from Holton. 2 hits and a walk. Does not retire a batter. He loads up the bases here in the top of the 4th with nobody out. They're going to bring in the right-hander Finnegan to try to clean up this mess left by Holton. You think that it's bad in baseball, it's even worse in hockey. People defy injuries as either an upper or lower body injury. Like, tell us the injury, please, it's so annoying. Like, does the player have cramps or is he playing without a limb? We don't know because they hide everything from us fans who care. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I mean, certain injuries, nagging injuries that kind of come and go. I mean, everything's, case-by-case basis. But, I don't know. Again, with Kjerstad, here's what I know. Something's been wrong with him for a long time, right? A long time. The Orioles basically came out and said, like in late May, I want to say, that they were just shutting him down. I think fatigue was the word they used. Fatigue, right? That's all we know. And again, I don't need a full medical report. I don't need the gory details. Again, if it's something that's a little sensitive going on, again, it could be a mental health thing. It could be some sort of something I don't even want to think about, but let's just say Lou Gehrig, his career just sort of went south quickly. Sometimes you can develop some crazy thing. And, you don't necessarily want to advertise it. Like Gehrig basically didn't. Of course, for him, it was a condition so new that they had to name it after him. But you know what I'm saying. I don't even want to think about it. Kyle Finnegan is in, folks. Let's get down to business. Bases loaded, nobody out. Victor Robles at the plate. And after ball 1 to Robles, a swing and a miss on the next pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, bases loaded. Robles in his career has never hit a grand slam. How about now? That pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike. The corner infielders are playing in a little bit. Shortstop and second base willing to accept a double play ball. And this is a double play ball to short. They go to second for 1. Over to first. That's a double play. A run will score. But the Tigers will take the trade. No RBI granted to Robles. But Josh Naylor will come in to score. It'll make it 2-0 Seattle. So 2 down now with a runner at third base. J.P. Crawford takes a pitch up and in for ball 1. Yeah, it's the sort of thing I just, I don't want to speculate. And that's the whole point. I don't want to speculate. But as a fan, when you're not going to tell us anything, what else can we do? But my speculation leads me down a road of something, again, that's too terrible to think about. Like, what if he's got a major issue? It's not a muscle issue. It's not a, this is broken or this is sore. If it's something to do like, some sort of a disease or something, that would be terrible. But don't leave us completely in the dark about it, I don't know. I just hope he's okay. What is this? Man, Danny DeVito, what a career. What a career for this guy. Hey, Jennifer Garner, folks. She's going down that Jamie Lee Curtis road, isn't she? She's like fully jumping into that I'm older now. I'm older now. Ugh, boy, is she annoying. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Ah, boy. The Kerstad saga continues. I mean, here's the deal. The initial concussion suffered by Kerstad, he was out for a while. He was out for, I don't know if he missed the rest of 2024 or not, but either way, he eventually returned, and then he was in spring training, and then he made the team. So he was out for a while. And then it was really a matter of lack of performance that got him demoted to AAA. And then it was when he was down on the farm, that's when we got the report that he was getting shut down with fatigue. So I don't know. I don't know. Here's the deal. Do me this, Baltimore. Do me one thing. Just explain to me why you don't let us know something like that. Just, if you can't tell us what it is, tell us why you can't tell us. And then I can accept it. But it's like you just expect us to accept something as vague as a medical condition for what's wrong with Kerstad. Well, the Tigers got out of a jam there, Wolf. It could have been a lot worse. That double play traded in for a run. They had bases loaded, nobody out. They got one run. Thank you, Froggy. I don't even have my display up. I'm looking at the box score page right now. Gleyber Torres is at the plate leading off the bottom of the fourth. On an 0-1 pitch, he fouls it away. It's 0-2 on Gleyber. Hey, Derek. Looks like Gleyber's about to get a base hit. And there's a base hit. Gleyber Torres with a line drive single up the middle to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Tiger fans making noise. They're just looking for something to get the momentum on their side. I think that's just the second hit off of Miller. It is. Colt Keith. Line drive foul. He was out in front of that pitch. Keith is 0 for 1, hitting just 143 in the postseason. Some shadows starting to creep over home plate. Here's a ball hit to first. Naylor. Did he get a double play? He did. Josh Naylor tags the base runner at first and completes a double play. I got to see how he did this. A line drive to first, and the Tigers have just destroyed a rally. Let's see. Naylor. So, did he pick it off the ground? He did. So, Torres, I guess, assumed Naylor caught that ball, went back to the bag, but it was a short hop. So, Naylor, all he had to do was tag Torres, who was standing next to him, and plenty of time to tap the base to complete a double play. Unbelievable. That is going to take the wind out of your sails if you're a Tiger fan. So 2 down, nobody on for Riley Green. Naylor had a unassisted double play yesterday. Two-0 to Green. Big cut and a miss on 2-0. He was swinging for the fences there. The 2-1 from Miller. Swing and a miss. And the Mariners are 1 strike away from ending this inning. Miller looking for 4 shutout innings, and right now he's averaging about 11 pitches per inning. He is cruising. Hit on the ground. And Naylor will pick it up and tap the bag himself. Folks, Josh Naylor is the only defender besides the catcher that needed to be on the field for this inning. Everybody else could have just stayed in the dugout. Josh Naylor makes all 3 outs, and the Tigers are retired. We go to the 5th inning. Seattle lead it 2-0. They're getting closer to clinching a ticket to the ALCS. Let's go. Again, folks, if you weren't aware, I am Team Seattle here in this postseason. All right, hey, there's more questions in the mailbag that aren't about Heston Kjerstad. Yay! What is your percentage guess that the Orioles bring back Cedric Mullins or Ryan O'Hearn? I won't say 0 because there's always a chance, so 5%. O'Hearn would help in the leadership department, and the Orioles like the bat, but Sammy Basayo also hits from the left side. He's going to play a lot of first base along with Mayo. Mullins struggled with the Mets batting 182, but the Orioles love the glove, and maybe they'd consider him as a fill-in until, say, Enrique Bradfield is ready. Yeah, 5%. How high is David Rubenstein willing to take the team's payroll? Will there continue to be limitations on how much they spend? Rock answers, a budget isn't shared with the public. We're just told that ownership is supportive. The payroll will increase, but we're also reminded that the Orioles will spend responsibly. I didn't see that last winter. And avoid handcuffing the franchise down the road. They will spend, but must do it smartly. Elias quotes saying, I'm extremely impressed with this ownership group, the people that are in it, the way that it's set up, the wherewithal financially, but also business acumen that they have. I've seen a lot of high-performing, well-regarded ownership groups, and this group has a chance to be very elite and impactful for Baltimore, so I'm excited about it. It's a plus, and they're going to make available everything that we need to responsibly invest in the team in the baseball operation and the stadium and the facilities. You don't want to be wasteful, and you don't do it for its own sake, but these guys are a huge positive for us, and I'm very blessed to have that behind me. Holy cow, I'm tuckered out just reading that statement. Is that Elias's plan to just put you into a coma with these answers? Because it's working. We're in the top of the fifth, or top of the order up for the Mariners. Arozarena has strike one. Finnegan still in the game for Detroit after finishing up the fourth inning. 0-1 pitch is low. The count even at 1-1. Arozarena 0 for 2 today. 2 for 10 in the series. The 1-1 hit on the ground and past the diving third baseman into left field for a leadoff single. Arozarena, a threat to run. 30 steal season under his belt. Nearly had a 30-30 year. 27 homers. Cal Raleigh coming up next. Julio Rodriguez after that. Here's Cal. And that pitch is fouled back. Oh my. That was a large thunder boom in my area here. Pitch fouled away. It's 0-2. It's tough to see the plate right now. There's just a tiny little part of the field that's covered in shadow, and it is right on top of home plate. I don't think it would affect the hitters much, because by the time that ball hits the shadows, they've already made up their mind what they're doing. That pitch is in the dirt. Dingler keeps it close enough to hold Arozarena at first base. 1-2 on Raleigh. Thoughts on the Yanks' chances? I don't have thoughts. I think you got two 94-win teams that either team can win. Again, I look at these playoffs, folks. I don't see a front runner. I don't. I mean, it's easy to say if a certain team takes a 2-0 lead in a given series that, oh, they look like a good team. But I mean, in general, you ask me, who do you think is going to win in just one particular game? I would just look at the pitching matchup and make that my best guess. Here's a line drive into right center field. That is down for a base hit. Arozarena is going to make it over all the way in to score. The Mariners have made it 3-0. And Raleigh with an RBI single. Seattle has gotten a little bit closer to the championship series. Yeah, Schlitter against a bullpen game. And again, like normally I'm like, well, that's the way I would decide, but I've already been proven wrong with this series, because I looked at this series. Game 1 was a bullpen game for Detroit for the most part, while Seattle had all that rest and their choice of who they wanted to pitch game 1. They went with Logan Gilbert. Or no, they went with George Kirby. Rodriguez on an 0-1 pitch fouls it. It's 0-2. So I'm thinking to myself, well, Scooble's pitching game 2, so I think Seattle wins game 1. And then I'm thinking Detroit with Scooble wins game 2. And then what happened? The absolute reverse. So I don't know. I'd like Toronto to wrap it up in the Bronx tonight. But if they don't, I think that game at home for game 5 will help them out. The 1-2 to Julio Rodriguez is low and away 2-2. What's not to like about Vladdy? By the way, Scotty, just to slow your roll a little bit, this isn't going to be a let's talk about the Yankees podcast for the next half hour. He's a pimp. Well, don't hate the playa. Here's a ground ball to third. McKinstry goes to second for 1. Over to first, and that throw is low, taking Torkelson off the bag. Julio might have beaten that out either way. It'll go down as a fielder's choice. You're fine, Scotty. You're fine. I just think other people get a little bit weirded out. They think it's become a private one-on-one chat when they see 12 straight comments from the same person. But he didn't do anything wrong. You're fine. That pitch is low. See it like I'll prove it. You're fine. Say something else, Scotty. Get one more in there. Jorge Polanco, 0 for 2, struck out both times. Got a 1-0 count. Finnegan with a check on Rodriguez. He's back at first. Scotty, what's your favorite? It's October. What's your favorite horror movie? All time. 1-0 pitch. Up and in. 2-0. See, now we're chatting. Oh, now you're back to talking about the Yankees again. Okay, so I guess it didn't work. Judge has critics? Who are his critics? There goes the runner. The ball is hit in the air, right field. Pretty deep, but it's going to hook foul. That had home run distance for Polanco. It'll just go down as strike 1. Horror movie. Scary movie. Oh, wow. Edward, that must have been what, like late 80s maybe? Oh, that crazy media. Here's another pitch hit in the left field by Polanco. Rodriguez was off on the pitch. He'll have to retreat back to first. There's 2 down now after a fly ball to left from Polanco. The original Halloween. That's solid. Yeah, Matt, I tend to agree. Josh Naylor. He's warming up. 2 hits in his last 2 trips to the plate. He's not going to get one here. Off the glove of the pitcher over to second base. And nice recovery there by Gleyber Torres to get the out. The inning is over. The Mariners add a run. RBI knock from Cal Raleigh. They now lead it 3-0 as this game is halfway over. I'll tell you this. Original Halloween, best horror score of all time. Absolutely. I'm telling you right now, folks, you can tell me I'm full of it. But if you take John Carpenter's score out of Halloween, it does not become the iconic cultural phenomenon that it has been for the last near 50 years. It comes down to that score. I mean, other elements of the movie are well done, but I'll say this: the acting is terrible. Like Laurie's friends, in particular, terrible actors, terrible, almost to the point where it takes you out of the movie. All right. I love Donald Pleasance, but he's basically spending the whole movie just running around going, he's a monster. Stay away from him. You don't know what you're dealing with. It's like, all right. But John Carpenter's The Thing, opinion, masterpiece. Masterpiece. When you're talking about creating an atmosphere, which is what you want when you're talking about horror, thriller, sci-fi, it's all about atmosphere. You create an atmosphere and you make the audience feel like they are in it with the characters. You can do whatever you want. You can take them on any kind of ride you want. But The Thing is it's a masterclass in tension and practical effects. Absolutely, they still stand up today. For me, my favorite practical effects of all time still belong to the Audrey 2 puppet from Little Shop of Horrors. I still can't figure out how they did it, even though I've seen a documentary about how they did it. I still don't understand how they did it. But The Thing, probably second on my list. Great practical effects. Really, really scary. Really, really effective. And just a fun movie. Great chemistry among the guys there in Antarctica. I love the scene where they're testing the blood with the little wire. And the tension going on there. Great stuff. How about Psycho? Well, it's an all-time classic. What are you going to do? Spencer Torkelson takes a called strike. We're in the bottom of the fifth. There's a lot of things to like about Psycho. Some stuff, to a modern audience doesn't hold up. Here's a line drive base hit into center field by Torkelson. The Tigers have the leadoff man on, and this crowd, you can feel it. They know their team is running out of time here. They need something on the board. Gabe Spire, the Mariner lefty reliever, is up in their pen right now. It's spooky season, kids. Zach McKinstry looks at a fastball up and away. I mean, for me, Psycho, that movie comes down to, again, a very good score. Bernard Herrmann's screeching violins. It's iconic. It's absolutely iconic. I can't imagine living in 1960 and knowing what horror movies were up until Psycho came out, which is to say just cheesy drive-in B movies with creatures and bad, outfits, but they can barely move around in and stuff. Just terrible horror movies. And then Psycho comes out. Oh, you had to have just been absolutely just creeped the hell out. I still say that bird's eye view shot of the detective getting killed when he walks up the stairs towards Mrs. Bates's bedroom, and you see that bird's eye view over the, looking straight down, and they come out of the room with the knife. It's Norman, of course, but the jump scare, the music cue, all of that for 1960 absolutely would have given me nightmares for months. That is strike 3 on McKinstry. Sorry, folks. You got me thinking about horror movies now. McKinstry strikes out, first out of the inning. Oh, wait, McKinstry's at first base. What am I looking at? Oh, it was a fielder's choice. Okay, so fielder's choice. McKinstry on at first with 1 out. Dylan Dingler, the batter, ball 1 to him. Cal Raleigh's going to come out to talk with Bryce Miller. So is the Mariner pitching coach. Yeah, Hitchcock actually had demands with theaters that nobody was allowed to come in to see Psycho once the movie started. And, yeah. Hitchcock was a genius. Best horror film ever. Well, we'll see, Scotty boy. We'll see. You're already building it up too much. Dylan Dingler is 0 for 1. He flew out in the second inning. Miller's on only 52 pitches, 1 out in the 5th. Fouls away the first pitch, does Dingler. 0-1 the count. All right, Scotty, drum roll. Let's have it. Yeah, and just the performance from Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates. Again, a very nuanced performance during an era of movie making where you just didn't really see that much. In fact, it really stands out when you compare his character to every other character in Psycho. Every other character in Psycho is acting like an actor that you would see in any generic, like, 1950s movie. You know, just sort of melodramatic. And here's a ball hitting the left field and hard. That ball is going to get past Arozarena all the way to the wall. And the Tigers are going to score their first run of the game with an RBI double. McKinstry scores. Dingler gets them on the board. It's now 3-1. The Yankee 5th of the 2024 World Series. That is a real horror show. That's right up there with Hostel or Human Centipede. That's going to do it for Bryce Miller. With 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, the Mariners are going to go to the bullpen. I forgot who was warming up, but whoever it was is likely coming on right now. And I'm going to take a moment to get up and move around. Good to see you too, Scotty. Good to see you too. I won't be gone for long, but I'm gone right now.
Nice beaver.
Thank you.
Bow. Bow. Bow.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake Bay.
Bacon! Bacon! Where's the bacon? I smell bacon! 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 Gotta be bacon! Only one thing smells like bacon! That's bacon! 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 There! From that bag! What's it say? I can't read! Please! Please! Give me what's in the bag! Chewy, yummy, smoky bacon!
There you go.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! No! 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 It's bacon!
No, it's Bacon Strips, brand dog snack from Purina. Bacon Strips. Dogs don't know it's not bacon.
It's bacon!
Meth heads don't know it's not meth. All right, let's see the bad news. Wow, look at that. So at the 2-hour mark yesterday, sitting through a rain delay without a pitch being thrown in the ball game, I was already up to about 2,500 to 3,000 views. Today, in a game that started on time and is the only game going on right now, I am on 700 views and change. I am on 38 likes. There are only 30-something people here. Again, make sense of it. If you'd like to try, go ahead. I can't make sense of it. Apparently, I get better numbers if I just show up late and play Yahtzee for an hour. Line drive. That's a fair ball down the left field line. And the Tigers are going to score their second run on a double. Did they bring in a pinch hitter there? That looks like Mize Jones. Or is that Javi Baez? That was Mize Jones pinch hitting for Parker Meadows. Facing the lefty Gabe Spire, and he hits a ball down the left field line. Just stayed fair. It's now 3-2. Crowd now is rambunctious. They see that tying run in scoring position, and I don't think they're going to sit down until that run comes in. Fouled away by Baez, 1-1 the count. Is it really all that important to look at me? Isn't my voice enough? I mean, I know I'm devilishly handsome, but... Oh, a pickoff attempt, and they might want to take a second look at that. Mize Jones just getting back to the bag on a pickoff move to second base. Oh, he's safe. I didn't realize how far down the tag needed to go. One to Baez. Right in there, strike two. See, I'm here. What's this, Edward? 3 days before his birthday, I took him to a ball game. Him who? That ball is hit deep down the left field line. That ball is foul. Javi Baez nearly drilled a go-ahead homer down the left field line. Who are you talking about, Edward? I don't know. I must have missed the first part of this. Oh, your father. I see. Okay. But you did manage to take him to a game 3 days before his birthday. So you have that memory, right, Edward? That's a good thing. I'm trying to remember the last time I saw a ball game with my dad, and I don't know if I can name it. I'd have to probably go back to Memorial Stadium. Here's a base hit in the left center field. The Tigers are going to tie it up. Oh, Detroit is pumped. Gabe Spire comes into the game, and he can't get an out. A base hit by Javi Baez. It's a 3-3 ball game in Detroit. Let's have fun with Chomas. Hey, I'm gone. Hey, I'm back. Hey, I'm gone. Hey, I'm back. Hey, I'm gone. I tell you what, if the technology I'm showing off here is impressing you, Chomas, what happens when you watch like the Avengers Endgame? Does that just fry your brain? Folks, thanks to the power of industrial light and magic, look at this. Now you see me, now you don't. Kerry Carpenter at the plate. Runner at first, one out. We've got a tie ball game. Carpenter's 0 for 2. There goes the runner. Throw down is late. Javi Baez steals second. That takes the conventional double play away and puts the potential go-ahead run for the Tigers in scoring position. The momentum has officially shifted to Detroit. Nah, I had my Hogwarts removed. It was a pretty invasive procedure. They just had to lance it off. 1-2 the count on Carpenter. Spire looks at Baez at second. Here comes the pitch. Reached for and fouled away. 1-2 still on Carpenter. What were some of those Carpenter songs? Did they do Why Do Birds Suddenly Appear Every Time You Are Near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Was that the Carpenters? 1-2 to Kerry Carpenter. Hit on the ground, slowly, toward first. Naylor's going to have to tag him. Whoa, we've got a collision there. Naylor hangs on to the ball as Carpenter going down the line. He's a pretty big dude. He and Naylor, a couple of big dudes colliding. Naylor hangs on, gets the out. Carpenter went to the ground. Naylor kept onto his feet. So 2 out in the inning. A runner does move up to third base. The go-ahead run for Detroit 90 feet away with 2 down. Why do stars fall down from the sky every time you walk by? They're going to intentionally walk Gleyber Torres to set up a force at second and allow Spire, the lefty, to go after the left-handed Colt Keith. Now, Keith, previously in this series, in a spot like this, was lifted for a right-handed pitch hitter. They are not doing that now. He will hit for himself and hit a ground ball in the first pitch to Naylor at first base. He taps the bag, and the inning is over. But the Tigers have tied it up. They rally for 3 runs. A double by Dylan Dingler scoring McKinstry, a double by Jahmai Jones scoring Dingler, and an RBI single by Baez scoring Jones. Both teams now, after 5 innings, with identical box scores. 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for both teams. And both teams are already into their bullpen before we get to the 6th. Goodbye to Love. I don't know if I know that by title. Maybe I'd remember it if I started to hear the song played. Give me a sec, folks. Gonna close that screen door behind me. Hey, I'm gonna disappear again, folks. Please contain yourselves. It's just a little dark magic. Well, I tried to make it Sunday, but I got so damn depressed. Then I set my sights on Monday, and I got myself undressed. Now I ain't ready for the altar, but I do believe there's times when a woman sure can be a friend of mine. Well, I keep on thinking about you, Sister Golden Hair Surprise. And I just can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? I've been one poor correspondent, and I've been too hard to find. But it doesn't mean you ain't been on my mind. Will you meet me in the middle? Will you meet me in the air? Will you love me just a little, just enough to show you care? Well, I tried to fake it. I don't mind saying I just can't make it. Hey, first out of the top of the 6th. There's a little ground ball on the infield. Melton is on to pitch for the Tigers. He started game 1. Luke Raley is on the pinch hit here for Mitch Garver. Suarez made the first out with a comebacker to the pitcher. Raley looks at strike 1. This is the third batter to take up the DH spot on the game. Canzone started. Garver had 1 at bat, and now Raley takes over. The count 0-2 on Raley. Pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Are we stuck on the in-game scoreboard again? The 1-2, swing and a miss. Down goes Raley. 2 down in the inning. Robles due up next. Swung on and fouled back by Robles, 0-1. Hey, folks, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I have an ulterior motive when it comes to when I break out into song like I do from time to time. There's a called strike 2, 0-2 on Robles. 2 out, nobody on. 3-3 game. In the top of the 6th. Tiger fans on their feet. Excuse me. Pitch. Check swing. Appeal. Robles did not go. 1-2. Yeah, I have this neurological disorder in my face, and it bothers me chronically. This 1-2 pitch is high. It's 2-2. And I know this may seem hard to believe, but not only does talking at length like I do doing these games, but singing as well. For whatever reason, it helps my face. Because I'm moving muscles in my face that need to be sort of flexed. I don't know how to explain it, but I have a medical reason. That is ball 4 to Robles. Where did that pitch miss? It looked pretty good. A 2-out walk to Robles. So runner at first for Seattle. That's the go-ahead run. 2 down in the inning. J.P. Crawford, the batter, first pitch inside. Looks like this thing's frozen again. Hey, thanks for the like there, Edward. Appreciate it. Swing and a miss. Here's a snap throw by the catcher, by Dingler, down to first to check on God, I can't talk. Robles. He's back safe. I almost called him a Rosa Robles. I did. I asked my doctor if he could produce a document that states that I must be allowed to sing for my own medical needs. Fly ball to left. Coming in is Riley Green. He traps it on a sliding catch attempt. That's a base hit. Crawford is on. First and second with 2 down, and now the lineup flips over for Randy Arozarena. Wait, what happened here? Oh, there we go. Well, I'm already showing 2 strikes on Randy. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Where'd I come from? I don't know, but we're gonna chill out right here for a sec. No spoilers. Strike 2 to Randy. 0-2 the count, and the crowd once again getting behind the team to get this final out. 2 on, 2 out, the 0-2. Hit in the air. Should be playable. Left center. Meadows, the center fielder, makes the catch, and the inning is over. All right. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Detroit have the middle of their order. Green, Torkelson, and McKinstry due up, looking to take the lead. Folks, how we doing? I mean, God, the numbers tonight are terrible. How can it go from 1,000 views to 7,000 views back down to 1,000 views? Will we even get to 50 likes tonight? Who knows? I'm getting my ass handed to me by probably every other channel out there covering this ball game. Well, at least the subscriber count has not moved. No new subscribers today. No new Magic members. One generous super chat from Danjo early in the ball game. Thanks again, Danjo. Without your support, today would be a disaster. It kind of still is, but you made it a whole lot better. All right, let's see. Let's see how terribly I'm doing compared to everybody else. JJ's got 200 plus people watching right now. 200 to my 30. 200 to my 30. And Pete McDevitt has nearly 1,000 people watching him do this game right now. I have 30. He has 33 times more people watching than I do. 33 times more. I'm getting my ass handed to me by a guy that spends 75% of his content doing nothing related to the Orioles, mostly Disney stuff. But he's been around a long time, and, he's got all the bells and whistles on his channel. He's got 3D animation of the ballpark, I guess. State-of-the-art stuff, folks. I thought for some reason that, people didn't need to be attracted to just the look of the channel and be more, interested in that ball's drilled to right field. That ball is gone. Riley Green has just given the Tigers the lead with a home run to right. Holy cow. Fans are going nuts. 4-3. 454 feet off the bat of Riley Green, folks. But yeah, that's... How do I not feel depressed? Like, clearly, I don't know how to market my channel, or I guess my thumbnail looks really shitty compared to everybody else's. Maybe I'm like the 38th event listed doing this game. You have to scroll like 7 times to find me. I don't know, but there's a pitching change for the Mariners going on here. After that Riley Green home run, Spire is out of the game. Not a good day for him. 3 hits and a walk. He gave up 2 runs, and those 2 runs turned a Seattle lead into a Seattle deficit. It is now 4-3 Detroit in the bottom of the 6th. Nobody out. Base is empty. Bizzardo is going to come on, a right-hander for Seattle. Torkelson will be due up next for the Tigers. Let's just see.
After the fact. If Detroit can pull this game out, how do you like their chances with Skubal? Well, Skubal's one of the best pitchers in the major leagues. You gotta like their chances, but same token, Graham, I've seen Skubal get beat this year, so it's baseball. You got to play.
Pete has got 900 people watching along with him right now. 900. I have 30 something. I guess I should just stay in my lane. Pete is the man. Well, apparently, I'm not the man. All right, well, let's listen in on better versions of play-by-play.
And Detroit fans, 2 nights in a row, Seattle and Detroit fans would put this channel at 500 likes. Make it happen. You got it, Matt Thompson. 4-3 game here, 4-3 game. Here comes Torkelson, runner on first. Right-hander is Bizzardo in the game. Bizzardo.
All right. Bizzardo's 1-0 pitch to Torkelson is a strike. That home run by Riley Green is the first home run from the Tigers as a team in their last 106 at-bats. That's a fair ball down the left field line by Torkelson. He will coast to second base with a double. It is now... there's still nobody out. Bizzardo, I think, is asking for a challenge. Maybe he thought that ball wasn't fair. Let's see here. Ball is... Well, wait a minute. Did the ball bounce once already? Oh, it did. So it bounced at the plate, then over the bag. Yeah, it's a foul ball. All right. Torkelson at second. Still nobody out. McKinstry at the plate. He takes a strike. Pitch is low, 1-1 the count. Slider in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike to McKinstry. And on the ground and past the diving glove of second base in the right field. Another runner is going to come in and score. The ball gets past the catcher. It's an RBI single for McKinstry. And the Tigers lead it now 5-3. What a turnaround in this ball game. Detroit facing elimination, down 3-0. Not a whole lot of offense to show until the previous inning, and now they are pouring it on here in the 6th. 3 runs in the 5th, 2 more in the 6th. Check on McKinstry, he's back. Dylan Dingler takes a little bit low. Dingler 1 for 2. Runner at first, still nobody out. Tigers already with a couple of runs in. Strike from Bizzardo, 2-1. Fouled back. The count is now 2-2 on Dingler. check on McKinstry. And did they call him out? What are they checking here? So they're going to do a replay review of this pickoff attempt at first base. Forgive me for being distracted, folks. It's just not often that in real time you check over and see that, in terms of what you're doing for YouTube content, you're getting curb stomped. This doesn't feel good. But I want to let everybody here watching right now know that I do appreciate you choosing to watch along with me. Thank you for being part of a very small group. McKinstry is out on the replay review. They overturned the call. McKinstry picked off at first base, 1 down in the inning. Two and two to Dingler. And that's called strike 3, a slider on the outside edge. Dingler has words with the ump. And what looked like a Detroit rally here. Runner on, nobody out. A pickoff and a strikeout. Now 2 down, nobody on. Winfield Perez is up to hit. Batting in the number 8 spot in the order. He is hitting for Mize Jones. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2 on Perez, who's only had 1 hit in the postseason, hitting .059. Off the plate, 1-2 the count. That one bounces in there. 2-2. Next pitch from Bizzardo. That one was a low pitch, and somehow Perez went down and got it and smacks it down the right field line. He's got himself a double. Man, the Tigers are seeing the baseball right now. Their offense has woken up. They've now reached double-digit hits on the day. A double for Perez. They had 2 hits in their first 13 at-bats, 8 in their last 12. Javi Baez is up. He got a hit his last time up. Glaber's got a hit. Riley Green with the home run. Torkelson with 2 hits. McKinstry with 2 hits. Dingler has a hit. Mize Jones and Winfield Perez both with pinch hits. And Baez at the plate. Just drilled one to left. That ball's going to go. Make Javi Baez 2 for 3. As he jacks a 2-run homer to left, the Tigers now lead it 7-3. This game has turned around in a big, big way. They're projecting his home run distance at 239 feet. I think that might be a typo. 2 down. The Tigers, 3 runs in the 5th, 4 runs so far in the 6th, have absolutely exploded. And now, if they hang on to this lead, and they should, this series is set to go back to Seattle for a 5th and deciding game. And you'll most likely see Tarek Skubal pitching in that ball game. He pitched game 2, so day off. Game 3, game 4, day off. Yeah, normal rest for Skubal. Should be Kirby versus Skubal for game 5 if this score holds up. I didn't want to have to call a game 5. Ugh. Especially if it's going to be like today. Because my morale ain't doing so well right now. Kerry Carpenter at the plate. He's 0 for 3. He's got a count of a ball and 2 strikes. Bizzardo's pitch. Hit in the air. Center field. Straight away. Julio Rodriguez makes the catch. Inning is over. But the Tigers have rallied big for the 2nd straight inning. They went into the bottom of the 5th down 3-0. They end the bottom of the 6th up 7-3. Home runs from Riley Green and Javier Baez in the inning. On to the 7th inning, 7-3 Detroit. Hey, Chilo. I can't help it. I have to just keep punishing myself and looking over here and asking myself, is this what a crowd wants? Do they want this like 3D animation that looks like animation quality you would see from the Money for Nothing video by Dire Straits 40 years ago? Is this what the people want? What is it? Is it the snazzy neon bordering around some of the information boxes on the screen? What is it exactly? What is the secret to absolutely kicking my ass 10 times over? Forgive me for being curious. All right, I'm just going to punch in Tigers, Mariners live and see what happens. Let's just look around everywhere. NW Sports Fanatics, that looks like a Mariner channel, 756 watching. Woodward Sports, never heard of them. Might be a Tiger channel, 475 watching. Rick Wanders, never heard of his channel, 1,300 people watching him. Play-by-play with JJ, 227. Braves Country Radio, 5,100. Pete McDevitt, 900 plus. Can I find one person with a shittier audience than mine? I don't mean you guys are shit. I mean the turnout, not the people. Mariner Mojo has 137 watching. Football Nation, a channel for football, is kicking my ass. 123 people here, 147 people there. Apparently I'm the shittiest channel on all of YouTube covering this ball game. Yeah. Folks, Game 5 is a to-be-determined event for my channel. Jacob Melton throws strike one to Julio Rodriguez. We're in the top of the 7th inning. 4-run lead now for the Tigers. Fouled away by Julio. It's 0-2. Oh, don't worry about Rhino. Rhino is absolutely crushing it. Swing and a miss. Julio strikes out. Everybody I know is crushing it. Now that the regular season is over, I'm looking at other baseball channels and how they did this year. All of them grew like bigger years than last year, except mine. Mine went, not only did it not stay on the same trajectory, I went down. And talking about it isn't going to help, right? Because where does that ever get you? Nobody wants to be around somebody who is failing. It's 0-2 on Jorge Polanco. Base is empty, 2 down. He is 0 for 3 today. Well, you know what I think it might be, Carl? That is called strike 3. The inning is over. 7th inning stretch time in Detroit. They have a 4-run lead. 7-3 Tigers. You know what I think it has something to do with? It's my channel name. And honestly, folks, I'm in a bit of a ethical dilemma here because in my mind, it's very important that, you know, I think it makes sense that if you're going to make a channel and you're going to do play-by-play, pick your team, pick the thing you're most passionate about, and make it all about that. And for me, that's what I did with this Orioles channel. The name of the channel is Orioles Birdwatcher. And 4 Oriole games in the regular season, I think, in terms of marketing, that's a great name. But like you're saying in the chat, this is an Oriole channel covering non-Oriole games. But I'm not the only one. Play-by-play with JJ. Perfect example. Friend of mine. He's covering this game. This isn't the Phillies. So there's plenty of channels out there doing this where they're not covering their own team. And they're all kicking my ass. But I'm thinking my channel name might actually be hurting the turnout for anything that's not an Orioles game, because people will see the channel name, see that I'm calling this game along with everybody else, but they might wonder, well, if this is an Orioles channel, why would I be watching a Tigers-Mariners game? Let me try this other channel that's just called Pete McDevitt. I have no idea who he is, but he's doing this game. You know what I mean, folks? You tell me don't change the name of the channel, it's fine, but please explain to me how I don't have a point here. If you can rationally explain to me why there is no chance that a channel name like mine would be, strategically not the best choice if trying to draw an audience of fans for games that aren't Oriole games and fans who aren't necessarily Oriole fans. I mean, the name of the channel is Orioles Birdwatcher. Some people are dumb. I mean, it's not about that. Look, again, there's dozens of people calling this game. Okay? And I'm looking at the names of these channels, and they're not telling you that, like, oh, we're a channel that covers this team. I do. And that ball's hit to right field pretty deep. Back into the corner. That ball is gone. Gleyber Torres with a home run down the right field line. The Tigers, they are feeling it right now. A home run off of Vargas, who just entered the ball game. Gleyber, 344 feet down the right field line. That is the third homer in the last about 10 minutes here for the Tigers. So 8-3 the score now. Colt Keith is up and he looks at a strike. Oh, and to the count. Vargas hits the middle of the zone there. Is it Claudio Vargas? Carlos Vargas. That pitch a little bit outside. Hard hit ball to first. Naylor will take it to the bag himself. One away for Riley Green. That ball's drilled out to left center. Going to be caught on the warning track by Julio Rodriguez for the second out. Man, the Tigers are in the zone right now. Every batter going up there and squaring up the baseball, hitting it very, very hard, even when they're making outs. Here is Torkelson. He looks at a strike. Well, the cussing thing, George, to be honest with you folks, and George, you're a mod now. I thought you were in on this conversation, but since this is such a low turnout, I'll go ahead and spill the beans. Cursing, casual cursing, is now allowed on my channel. I didn't make an announcement about it. You might have seen a 4-letter word or two slip out into the chat in the last couple of weeks without any mods cleaning it up. Here's a line drive down the left field corner. That's foul by Torkelson. But, yeah, no shit. I talked about this with my mods. I said, look, this was like with 2 weeks to go in the Orioles season. We knew we weren't going to play in October. We were frustrated with how the season's going. And I said to myself, you know what? Let's just allow, everybody in the chat to, if they just want to get something off their chest and say shit or whatever, just let them do it. I think they deserve it. Yeah, there you go. Now look, it's there. Casual cursing is the thing. And again, my idea was, let's not advertise this. Let's just allow it and see how it goes. And see, now Don't Worry is going to go ahead and, perhaps rescind this new rule where I'm trying to open it up to people to casually curse. But that's not casual, Don't Worry. You're now cursing just for the sake of cursing. Yeah, you can say hits for shit if you'd like. Here's the deal, folks. Let's say you open up a restaurant, right? And you have a vision in your mind of the restaurant that you see, the customer base that you have, the clientele, right? And sort of the mood of the restaurant. Sometimes, as much as you try, the restaurant is just going to be whatever the public sort of makes it. Like a lot of people will open a bar and they want the bar to be kind of upscale, but then the clientele comes in and they're a little more, not so upscale, right? So the point is with cursing in the chat, it's like all I'm simply trying to do is to prevent a space where everybody is just constantly dropping 4-letter words and just making it just, ridiculous. But I don't think it's realistic to just tell everybody never curse. Here's a pop-up by Torkelson near home plate. It'll be caught for the final out of the inning. The Tigers add on a Gleyber Torres home run down the right field corner. We go to the 8th inning. Detroit ahead now 8-3. So, yeah, the cursing thing is now, and I let the mods know about it. I said again, don't make an announcement about it. Don't be like, hey, everybody, you can curse now. Like, just kind of let it organically, let itself play out. Because if we actually made an announcement, kind of like I did here, then we'd have somebody like Don't Worry, who immediately starts to type in a bunch of, stuff just for the sake of it. That's what I'm saying, folks. Don't curse just for the sake of it. Like, if you got a reason, if you got a real emotion, let it out. It's okay. Just don't let this turn into like a 4th grade, hey, I can curse, so let me figure out a way to do it every time I talk kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Let's try to keep it charming in the Charm City chat. We've done this channel now for 2 years, and I'm happy with how the chat, for the most part, the overall vibe in the chat is. I think it's good. I think it's, compared to a lot of other channels, better. But anyway, just don't want to hear bad language yelling out of the box when we're eating dinner during the regular season. Yeah, I mean, Frank, you've heard me probably curse before, right? Sometimes I go off, but that's the thing. Like, you just got to pick your spots. Try and use your curses, with some reverence. Don't just use it willy-nilly. Anyway, thanks for being here, folks. I'm just being straight with you guys. I don't know if I'm going to be calling Game 5 or not. I'm not trying to be one of these wishy-washy, because I just had a post today talking about I don't know if I'm calling this game or not because of a phone problem. I might not be calling Game 5 for mental health reasons. I got this trip coming up like 2 days after. Here's a base hit into center field by Naylor. He's aboard with a leadoff single for Seattle. And my morale, again, you could say I give up too easy, I'm a loser, whatever you want to call me, I'll accept it. But if I'm the 39th most popular channel covering this series, I'd rather just take some time off. than sit and watch 38 other channels kick my ass. It's not good for my morale. I've definitely earned some time off. Here's a ground ball to third, could be two. Second for one, over to first. Double play. Naylor gets on with a leadoff hit, and Suarez wipes him out with a double play ball. 2 down, nobody on for the Mariners. Called strike to Luke Raley. Second at bat for him since coming on the pinch hit. He's 0 for 1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bryce Miller was okay through the first 4 innings, didn't give up anything. And then in the 5th inning, the Tigers started to rally. Bryce was taken out of the game, giving up 2 earned runs, but his bullpen has let him down. All 3 relievers for the Mariners today have given up at least 1 run. Here's a pop-up in the shallow center. The shortstop will go out and make the catch to end the inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. The Mariners have only 3 outs left. They're down by 5. Yeah, the bullpen today for Seattle. Gabe Spire gave up 2 earned runs in just 2/3 of an inning. Bizzardo, 1 inning, 4 hits, gave up 3 runs. And then Vargas just pitched that inning, gave up the home run ball to Gleyber Torres. So bad day for the bullpen for Seattle. Michael, I think 99.9% chance Skubal pitches game 5 because he would be on normal rest. He pitched game 2, so you need 4 days off, right? Well, after game 2, there was a travel day off. Then you got games 3 and 4 here in Detroit. Then tomorrow's a travel day off, so that's your 4 days off. Skubal would be on normal rest for game 5, and I can see no reason why he wouldn't be starting. I'm just going to depress myself a little bit more and see if there's been a single subscriber today. Hey, 2. 1, 2. Thank you to the 2 new subscribers. Appreciate it. I hope that didn't sound sarcastic. Bottom of the 8th, Zach McKinstry will lead off for the Tigers. Vargas will continue to pitch for Seattle. Here's a ground ball tapped foul third base side. 0-1 on McKinstry. Count now 0-2. Inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Full count now. Still 3-2 after a foul ball. Line drive, base hit in the right center field. The Tigers hitting barrage continues. Leadoff single here in the bottom of the 8th. Here is Dylan Dingler. First pitch swung on and missed. Fouled back. It's 0-2 on Dingler. I don't get a whole lot of spam in my chat. I guess that's one of the benefits of being a failing YouTube channel. Even the bots don't bother with me. That pitch is a little bit low, apparently. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The benefits of a failing channel. One and two the count on Dingler. The pitch. Hit on the ground, foul. We'll do it again. Hey, Rhonda, welcome in. I feel bad. I am giving a very monotone, spiritless call right now. Normally, I've got a little bit more energy. That pitch gets away. That'll allow the runner to get the second. Wide turn there from McKinstry. He'll stay at second base on the wild pitch. Mariners are unraveling here. It's 2-2 on Dingler. Pitch from Vargas. Fouled away. Two. That's off the plate, low and away. Full count on Dingler. Payoff pitch, low and away for ball 4. Detroit is setting up for another big rally here. 2 on, nobody out. Already up by 5. Thank you, Lucky. I can't call college football. I can't call hockey, Chomas. I can't call a sport that I have no expertise in. I would be doing a disservice. There's other people out there that are passionate more than me about those sports, and they should be the ones calling those sports. I know what my lane is. It's baseball. I can cover other baseball. And I've got other baseball content after the postseason's over with, but yeah, I'm play-by-play. It's baseball. And I wouldn't even do this if I didn't feel like that I had some ability in doing it. But the other, yeah, I'm not the guy. I'm good at it based on what? I called, 2 football games last year? And then what do I do on days, on Sundays in September when the Ravens and the Orioles are playing at the same time? What do I do then? I don't know. Thank you, Frank. Riley Green. What happened? He's on. Okay. It's Wincio Perez coming up. I don't have the kind of equipment to film myself walking around doing stuff. Again, I got one phone. It's cheap, and right now I can barely turn it on. But I don't know how a travel log on a play-by-play sports channel would make sense. Seems like if I did that, it would be for a different channel. Luke Jackson is the new pitcher for Seattle. Just now realizing. Wincio Perez looks at strike 1. Came in a pinch hit a double, and scored a run in the 6th. 2 on, nobody out for the Tigers. Ball lifted in the air to left. Long run back onto the warning track. Arozarena makes a hell of a catch. Tagging and going to third is McKinstry. But Randy Arozarena just saved at least a run, making that catch. And there is a tough sun out there on the warning track he had to deal with as well. Nice catch by Arozarena. Good work by McKinstry to tag and move up. And you say cover the Ravens game, but if I'm honestly not a Ravens, I mean, I like the Ravens, I do, but I grew up a DC football fan because Baltimore didn't have a team. So DC is really my team. If I started calling Ravens games, I'd feel like I'd be a bit of a fraud because they're not technically my team. You know what I mean? Oh, folks, I appreciate the the therapy, but yeah. Javier Baez has a count of a ball and 2 strikes. Pitch. Hit on the ground to third. They go to second for 1. Over to first. Safe. Baez beats out the return throw, and that'll drive in a run. McKinstry comes in to score on a fielder's choice RBI ground out by Javier Baez. 9-3 Tigers now in the bottom of the 8th. Well, that's the thing. I know you guys are saying changing the channel name, don't do it, or maybe you think it wouldn't make a difference. But if I could come up with some sort of a name that still implies that it's an Orioles first channel, but doesn't necessarily make it sound like it's only an Orioles channel, maybe that would be something I should do. I mean, how about just the Birdwatcher channel? Birdwatcher channel. Maybe I should just leave Orioles out of it. It's still got the Oriole logo, and it still said Birdwatcher, but just maybe leave Orioles out of it? Or is that going to piss off my Oriole fans? I don't know. BW Birdwatchers. Try and market my name in the channel name. Kerry Carpenter at the plate. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. That ball's popped up. Center field. Rodriguez waiting for it, and he makes the catch to end the inning. The Tigers add on 1 more. They now lead at 9-3 heading into the 9th inning. I mean, here's the thing. When it comes to doing the NFL, I did think about it, but I said to myself, I have to at least do this. I have to spend 1 season not calling games, but very actively following and watching the games. Because, again, I'm uncomfortable calling a sport or a team that I don't have 100% knowledge of. I know everything going on with the Orioles. Everything. And I can feel like I can have a good discussion about everything going on with the team. Nothing, and I can't say that about anything else. I would need time to absorb. And I said to myself, okay, if I did start calling an NFL team, I need to spend 1 year just following the team, watch every game, follow all the news, get to know the organization top to bottom, and just build my knowledge. And then maybe the next year I could feel confident in doing that. But like tomorrow or whatever, like next Sunday or what, and I just yeah. I feel like I should be commended for having that attitude. Like, there's a lot of content out there on YouTube people are putting out there that they should not be. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about, but they do it anyway. I just don't want to do that. I like the name Orioles Birdwatcher. It feels good to know it's an Orioles channel first. And it will always be an Orioles channel first, Chilo. But if it was just the Birdwatcher channel with that Orioles logo, that wouldn't be enough for you? That much, Thomas, I'm certain of. If the Orioles get back to a winning brand of baseball next season, I'm very optimistic that the channel will rebound for season 3. But I got to sit here and wait half a year before I have any idea if that's going to happen. Victor Robles leads off the top of the ninth as the Mariners are down by 6 runs and the Tigers are not messing around. They've gone to their closer, Will Vest, with a 6-run lead. Why not? They got a day off tomorrow, so Vest, if they need him for Game 5, he'll be available. Fouled back by Robles, the count is 0-2. 8, 9, and 1 batters due up for the Mariners. Robles 0 for 1. He's walked twice. I hear you, Chomas, but here's the other part of the equation, which is the fact I live out here where I live. And, you know, committing 7 months plus a year to the hours that I keep and everything else, and sort of sacrificing living a normal life and enjoying the surroundings that I get to live out here, just to have the other 5 months to chill and do what I want and enjoy where I live. To add the NFL on is just going to basically, I would have to spend the entire year always getting up at like 1 or 2 in the morning, calling games at 3 in the morning. Like, it's something that I knew was going to be difficult with baseball, committing 6+ months. But I don't complain about it. I did it season 1. I felt like I came out of it okay. Here's a ground ball by Crawford at third. Off balance throw in time to first. Nice play by Zach McKinstry. 2 out. The Mariners have 1 out left. Tiger fans are ready to celebrate. Coming back to tie this series with a win here today. This first pitch to Rosarena is a bit high for ball 1. 5th time up today for Rosarena. He's 1 for 4. That's high ball 2. Let me just say right now, folks, thanks so much for hanging out here and watching the game with me today. I know as the game has gone on, my depression has become more and more apparent over the microphone. This is why I have to consider Game 5 as a to-be-determined situation for me. I do not want to call a game like I've done today again. I need to do some soul searching. I've done this before many times. I do some meditation. I clear my mind. I take my mind off of what's bothering me, and I reset. And I'll have a couple of days to try and do that. A Rosarena strikes out, and this ball game is over. Will Vest pitches an easy 9th inning, and the Tigers, after trailing in this ball game 3-0, storm back with 9 unanswered runs to make it a blowout. 9-3 Detroit. This series is now tied at 2 apiece. For the Tigers, 9 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Melton is the winner. The loss goes to Gabe Spire for the Mariners. They had 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Both teams used 5 pitchers today, and a couple of pinch hitters in there as well. Josh Naylor had a 3-hit day for Seattle. He was their offensive player of the game, scored a couple of the runs. After going hitless the first 3 games of the series. For Detroit, just about everybody got involved today outside of Kerry Carpenter and Colt Keith. Javier Baez, the biggest day at the plate, going 2 for 4 with a home run and 4 RBI. we're tied at 2 apiece. Going to be an off day tomorrow, and then Game 5 back in Seattle, T-Mobile Park, Friday. Once again, it's going to be 4:40 a start time. I'm going to be on the air at 4:30 p.m. if I'm on the air. Okay? I'm going to have nearly 24 hours to, nearly 48 hours to get my head on straight. And if I do, I'll be back. I think the odds are better than 50-50, but I can't in good conscience say, anything more than I'm not sure. Okay? As always, you can turn on the notification bell. That way you don't have to worry or think about it. If you see that I'm on, then I'm on. But yeah, regardless what happens with Game 5, the beginning of the championship series round, I'm going to have to skip at least the first game or two for travel reasons. Please keep me in your thoughts that I have a safe journey and I get back to my little humble little studio here, safe and sound without any problems. Once I get that out of the way, folks, believe me, my mood is going to be a whole lot better because I got that hanging over my head too. So again, for my own mental health, between now and next week, I just going to have to play things by ear, okay? I hope to be back to cover this Game 5 on Friday. I'm going to set an event for it, and we have no idea who's pitching yet. They have not announced a Game 5 starter from either team, but do expect George Kirby against Tarek Skubal. So far, my guessing who's going to pitch has been 100% accurate, so let's see if it still is. By the way, the Cubs have taken a 4-1 lead on the Brewers after just 2 innings. Cubs trying to stay in that series. Brewers ahead 2-0. Cubs trying to fight back. I think Kirby for Seattle, Michael. I think. It's not announced. It's not official, but he pitched Game 1. He would be rested. Skubal pitched Game 2, and even he's rested. So you got to think that's what they're going to go with. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for me. Thanks for being here, and we'll see how Friday goes. Until then, or some point in the future, this has been the Bird Watcher. Thanks, everybody, for hitting the like button. Danjo with a super chat early. Thank you so much, Danjo. And, yeah, thanks for allowing me to work out some of my anxieties on the air during the middle of a playoff game call. Maybe that's the first order of business. Figure out a way to keep your personal issues off the air like a professional would. I'm not trying to pretend to be a professional, but that doesn't mean I can't learn a thing or two from them. Right, that's going to do it for me, folks. I'm getting out of here. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. It's Thursday for me now. And hope to see you again soon. Till then, this has been the Bird Watcher, and I will chirp at you later, folks. This series tied at 2 apiece, Game 5 on Friday. Take care, everybody.